41 The teachings of the Lord of the Second Coming. 1.3 The foundation for the Messiah in Adam's family. The foundation for the Messiah is established by first restoring through indemnity the foundation of faith and then establishing the foundation of substance. With regard to their requisite sacrifices, the foundation of faith is restored by making an acceptable symbolic offering, and the foundation of substance is established by making an acceptable substantial offering. Let us examine the meaning and purpose of the symbolic offering and the substantial offering. The three great blessings, which are God's purpose of creation, were to be realized when Adam and Eve, having perfected their individual character, became husband and wife. They were to give birth to good children, raise a good family, and master the natural world. However, due to the fall, the three great blessings were lost. The way to restore them requires us to take the opposite course. First, we must establish the foundation of faith by making the symbolic offering, which fulfills a condition of indemnity for the restoration of all things, and a condition of indemnity for the symbolic restoration of people. Next, we must establish the foundation of substance by making the substantial offering, which fulfills an indemnity condition for the restoration of first the children, and then the parents. On this basis, we can establish the foundation for the Messiah. We can consider the meaning and purpose of the symbolic offering in two ways. First, as discussed above, 18 Satan gained dominion over the natural world through his domination of human beings, its rightful rulers. For this reason it is written, "The whole creation has been groaning in travail." 19 Thus, one purpose for making the symbolic offering of all things is to enable all things to stand as God's actual object partners in symbol. It fulfills an indemnity condition for the restoration of the natural world to its original relationship with God. Second, since human beings fell to a position lower than the things of creation, 20. In order for them to come before God, they must go through all things. This follows from the principle of creation, which requires that one approach God through that which is closer to him. The second purpose for making the symbolic offering is thus to fulfill an indemnity condition for the symbolic restoration of human beings. The substantial offering, on the other hand, is an internal offering, following the order of creation, in which God created all things first and human beings afterwards. This internal offering to restore human beings can only be made on the basis of an acceptable symbolic offering. After the symbolic offering fulfills an indemnity condition both for the restoration of all things and for the symbolic restoration of human beings, we must make the substantial offering, which fulfills an indemnity condition for the complete restoration of human beings. The substantial offering means fulfilling the indemnity condition to remove the fallen nature. This is essential for the actual restoration of human beings. The substantial offering is carried out when a person in Cain's position honors the person in Abel's position and sets him above himself as an offering. Through this, they fulfill the indemnity condition to be restored as good children. At the same time, it is also reckoned as the indemnity condition for the restoration of their parents. In this manner, the substantial offering can meet God's expectation. How can we understand the indemnity condition for the restoration of the parents? To establish the foundation for the Messiah in Adam's family, Adam should have been the one to establish the foundation of faith by making the symbolic offering. However, as explained above, Adam could not make the offering, because if he had tried, his two masters, God and Satan, would have contended over it, an unprincipled situation. In addition, there is another reason. From the aspect of feeling and heart, fallen Adam was the very sinner who caused God the heartache and grief which was to last many thousands of years. He was not worthy to be the beloved of God's heart, with whom God could work directly to further the providence of restoration. Accordingly, God chose Adam's second son Abel in his stead, and had Abel make the symbolic offering. Abel fulfilled the indemnity conditions for the restoration of all things, and the symbolic restoration of human beings. If Cain and Abel had then fulfilled the indemnity condition for the restoration of the children, by making an acceptable substantial offering, their father Adam would have shared in the victory of this foundation of substance. Thus, Adam's family would have established the foundation for the Messiah. Before the substantial offering can be made, The central figure of the offering, the one who is to be offered, must be chosen. God had Abel make the symbolic offering for two reasons. First, to have him establish the foundation of faith in Adam's place. Second, to qualify him to be the central figure of the substantial offering. Cain was the one to fulfill the indemnity condition to remove the fallen nature. Yet his accomplishment would have resulted in the entire family of Adam fulfilling the condition. How was this possible? It may be compared to the situation of the first human ancestors, who could have helped God accomplish his entire will had they obeyed his word. It may also be compared to the situation of the Jewish people of Jesus' day, who could have helped Jesus accomplish his will to bring complete salvation to humankind, had they believed in him. If Cain had yielded to Abel and fulfilled the indemnity condition to remove the fallen nature, both children would have been regarded as having fulfilled the indemnity condition together. Cain and Abel were the offspring of Adam, the embodiment of both good and evil. Had they unshackled themselves from Satan's chains by fulfilling the indemnity condition to remove the fallen nature, then Adam, their father, also could have separated from Satan and stood upon the foundation of substance. Thus, the foundation for the Messiah would have been established by the family as a whole. In short, had Cain and Abel succeeded in making the symbolic and substantial offerings, the indemnity condition for the restoration of the parents would have been fulfilled. When Abel made his sacrifice in a manner acceptable to God, he fulfilled the indemnity condition to restore Adam's foundation of faith, and firmly secured his position as the central figure of the substantial offering. However, when Cain murdered Abel, they reenacted the fall, in which the archangel murdered Eve spiritually. Needless to say, they did not fulfill the indemnity condition to remove the fallen nature, and failed to make the substantial offering. Hence, neither the foundation of substance nor the foundation for the Messiah could be established. God's providence of restoration in Adam's family came to naught.